So I thought I'd try my hand at a response video. How hard could it be, right?
Hey guys, it's me Seren back with another video. So a lot of people have been asking me if I was going to do a response to BuzzFeed's 27 questions that black people have for black people.
And I'm guessing that you're not going to do a response, or rather, it'll be this. Well, we'll see.
Um, that video was super racist, as we all know.
As we all know, that video was super racist. That's your big response to it. I haven't seen the video. I don't really think I care to. But is it really racist?
And we also all pretty much know that the video was basically 27 questions that white people have for black people but are afraid to ask.
Well, let me just stop you right there then. Because if the white people are afraid to ask the question, they're not racist. If they were really racist, they wouldn't give any fucks what you think. Really, there's two kinds of people that just give no fucks whatsoever what anyone thinks. Racists and assholes. Sometimes both. But if you're not a racist and you're not an asshole, then you're going to worry about what people think, and you're going to hide it. So either this video was actually really racist, or these white people aren't afraid to ask.
Reign of April, on Twitter, who started the Oscar So White hashtag, said that the flip side for that is questions black people want to ask of white people. She goes, the flip side would have been questions black people want to ask of white people, but we have none. We don't care. So
Yeah, that's not a racist response. Fuck them. We don't care.
I read that tweet and I was like, I have questions, I have questions, I have questions. So this video is going to be 27 questions that black people have for white people.
Or at least that you have, which makes you possibly, hopefully, less bigoted than your friend. Please don't make me regret saying that.
I was originally going to get white people to ask, but I don't really know any.
Sweetheart, you're not helping your case.
And I actually put out a call on Twitter and some people responded, but it was kind of taking a while to get everyone together. So thank you for everyone that volunteered. But I decided I would just ask the questions myself because we all know that those questions were 27 questions white people have for black people. Like, we all know.
We all know, we all know. You can say it all you want. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. But assuming that's true, why are BuzzFeed such filthy fucking liars? And why is it that you follow them if you know that they're just filthy fucking liars?
So here is 27 questions that black people want to ask of white people. Why do white people hate immigrants when you guys immigrated here from Europe? When are you going to go back home?
Well, this is a non-question. The only times we've ever had a real serious problem with immigrants, they were Irish and Italian. Last I checked, both were white. We tend to have a problem with illegal immigration, but to conflate legal and illegal immigration is to conflate impulse buying and shoplifting. I know this might be difficult to understand, but trust me, there's a difference. I'd much rather have impulse buyers in my store than shoplifters. As to when the white people are going to go home, I've wondered that myself. Matrilineally, my family has lived in this area since before English existed. When all the whites and blacks and Asians and Latinos are gone back where they belong, I'll have a lot more living space. Oh, what's that? You are not leaving? Well, fuck. Then I'll just have to work around you, won't I?
Why don't all white men apologize for mass shooters and serial killers? You know, like 80% of them are white males, right?
Why don't all black men apologize for gangbangers and cop killers? You know, like 80% of them are black males, right? Why don't all Muslim men apologize for terrorists? You know, like 99% of them are Muslim males, right? Why don't all women apologize for child murderers? You know, like 70% of them are females, right? It's the same fucking question. We don't judge the many for the sins of the few.
Why do white people wear cargo shorts with puffy jackets in the winter? Are you guys hot or are you cold? It's very confusing. It makes no sense.
This seems to be an urban thing. I know a lot of white guys who wear shorts in the winter, Our bodies are more tolerant to cold temperatures, like black people's are more tolerant to heavy sun and heat. The puffy jacket thing, I grew up seeing black people wear them with shorts as often as white people. They were all city folk and, as such, didn't understand the outside. I'll say the white guys bitched about the cold less, though.
Why don't white people season their food?
You saying you've never had gumbo? Chili cheese fries? Chutney? Where are you from, lady? What about KFC? You must have had KFC. You do realize that's white people food, right?
Why do white people believe that structural and institutionalized racism doesn't exist? You guys know these concepts have been proven, right?
Oh yeah, affirmative action and race-only scholarships do exist. Who are they for again? Seriously though, this is a weak sauce excuse for being a failure. Oh, basketball nets are so high, they give tall people an unfair advantage. They're the same height for everyone. Some people have an edge maybe, but anyone can be good. No, you're wrong. Only tall people can be good. Well, I guess you're right then. My name's Spud Webb. I'm gonna go make gravity my bitch, 'cause I'm so fucking tall.
What is reverse racism?
Reverse racism is when you're too racist to admit that you're racist, so you accuse the race you're racist against of being racist because you're so full of self-loathing that you can't use a mirror to self-reflect.
Why do white people think mayo is a slur?
Mayo is a disgusting condiment that some godless heathen decided should go on chicken sandwiches. Oh, I've got a great idea. Let's make a slurry of the fetuses of chickens, thicken it into a loose paste, then smear it all over the fried corpses of their mothers. Fucking vile. Oh, you're calling a white person that? Well, fuck you very much. There's not really an equivalent for blacks, is there? Molasses is good. Chocolate and cocoa are good. Vegemite doesn't really fit either. It's racist that white people have a condiment-based slur when blacks don't, because it's just one more thing whites have that blacks don't. Now we have to invent a condiment-based slur for black people, for equality. Good job.
Why are white people always threatening to kill their parents and then, like, actually going through with it?
I've never heard of this. Why are black women always killing their children? You realize abortion clinics kill more black people than cops, right?
Why don't white people have rhythm? Like, can you not hear the beat? It's very strange, very confusing.
No, we can't hear the beat. Regular beatings are further back in most of our genetic histories. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer.
Why do white people get so angry when others point out white privilege? I mean, you guys do have a 300-year head start on everyone else. Just saying.
I, I have a 10,000-year head start on everyone else. You know, immortal privilege. Eternal lives matter. There can be only one. Did you know that before welfare and minimum wage, blacks did much better than they do now? Maybe whites wouldn't have such a head start if blacks weren't taking handouts at the starting line. Just saying.
Why aren't white people called welfare queens? You guys know you're the main recipients of welfare, right?
It's a culturally black thing to do. Black people call their welfare recipients kings and queens. We call ours trash. Maybe it's a mindset thing. But if you've fallen so hard that you can't get up on your own, we call that failure.
Why do white people think affirmative action is racist? The number one beneficiaries of affirmative action are white women.
It's bigoted and degrading, is what it is. To say that women, blacks, Hispanics, gays, etc., aren't capable enough to earn a high paying job is to say they're subhuman. I don't think they're subhuman.
Why do white people want to say the N word so bad?
Frankly, any word you're told not to say makes you want to say it. You're told you can't say nigger, you want to say nigger. You're told you can't swear, you want to fucking swear. It's not a white thing, it's an American thing. Maybe you wouldn't understand.
Why do white people keep saying they're losing the country? If you're losing, who's winning?
Losing the country isn't a skin color thing either. It's a morality thing. The morals of our country are being lost, changed, or abandoned. Hard work, honesty, loyalty, a belief in free speech, even if offensive, and self-defense, even against someone far bigger than you. Things like that. I've known plenty of black people who said we're losing our country too. Same problems.
BuzzFeed asked, why are black people always late? Well, I want to know, why are white people always so late? Slang, dance crazes, you guys hear about shit like years later and then you want to act like it's something brand new.
Late to work and late to niche fads are two very different things. It's sort of like how white people aren't often into rap and rap battles. We got that out of our system centuries ago with Skiltonic verse, flighting, that kind of thing, and missed the memo that it was coming back like pompadours and faded jeans. It's old hat. Sorry, but it's true.
Why are white people always renaming things? What are boxer braids?
Stop making up names for things that already have names, and we won't correct you. Boxer braids, as far as I can tell, look like they're just double Dutch braids. Just a pair of braids pulled down the side of the back of the head. They're probably called boxer braids because women who box have to braid their hair to get it out of their faces and keep it away. The double Dutch braid is the perfect thing for that. It doesn't put much weight on either side of the head and holds your hair fucking tight.
Why do white people insist that culture belongs to everyone? Culture is literally defined as
Oh god, literally defined as. You're really gonna throw a definition in here, huh? Well, let's hear it.
the beliefs, customs, arts, etc. of a particular society, group, place, or time.
So I don't know where you got that definition. Mine says the arts and other manifestations of human intellectual achievement, regarded collectively, a refined understanding or appreciation of this, the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social group. As far as I'm concerned, you and I are of the same fucking nation.
It's a particular society that has its own beliefs and ways of life. A particular society, not the general public.
You're you think a particular society is outside of the general public. You would actually stop and say the general public and and society are two different entities. Wow.
To say that a specific culture belongs to everyone literally undermines what culture is.
Then give us back our American culture and stop watching our Hollywood, wearing our jeans, and talking on our internet. Stop speaking our language, using our medicine, and taking our money. That's our culture. Get your own. Seriously, culture is literally what we use to spread our ideas and beliefs. It's supposed to be shared. It has no other purpose.
Why do white people love doing indie covers of rap songs? What's that about? And why will said indie covers then get played on radio stations and in shops that would never play rap music?
It's amusing to see what black people have done with an old part of our culture that we don't use anymore. Sort of like driving by the house you grew up in but moved away from, just to see that it's still standing. Hell, elevator music is newer than rap. As to why one style of music is played when another isn't, well, why is most of the music you listen to in English?
Why don't white people understand that saying all lives matter as a response to Black Lives Matter is redundant? All means every life, including black ones.
You think you got a gotcha moment on that one. But Black Lives Matter only cares about a very small number of black lives. Most of the protesting would be pointed inward otherwise, as blacks kill more blacks than anyone else does. The BLM doesn't protest gang violence or abortion clinics. It protests fucking Bernie rallies. And while I disagree with the man's methods, he has fought for what he believes would bring equality practically for centuries at this point. He marched with MLK, and your people slapped him in the face and insulted him. Because no lives matter. Each life matters. And if you can't differentiate between the two, hang up your life and try again.
Don't all cancers matter, not just breast cancer?
I don't know, do they? Prostate cancer gets a lot less funding than breast cancer, even though more people die of the former.
Don't all forests matter, not just the rainforest?
Forests that take centuries to regrow versus forests that take a decade. The reason certain people squawk about the rainforest is because they know that it's well beyond their legal control, so they know they can scream all they want. Nothing they do will change what's going on. Job security. You never hear people protesting that saguaro cactuses need to be protected. You know why? Because they passed a law protecting them when people asked. All the rainforest in the US is already protected, yet people in the US still bitch about it, needing protection because there is no rainforest in the US, and the US has no power to force other countries to change their own laws in ways that would cripple their economy and force their people into abject poverty.
Shouldn't we be trying to save all sea creatures, not just the whales?
Whales are a species that needs special protection because humans say so. I think that if we actually wanted to save them, we'd allow the hunting of them. It's worked well with all the land animals we've done it with, and fish, and alligators, not to mention the domesticated species.
Seriously, why do white people want to use the N-word?
Because nigger is the new mook. Blame Hollywood, blame Dr. Dre, blame Oprah.
Why do white people like to pretend that slavery wasn't so bad? They had food and shelter. They were also, enslaved.
You really want to play that card? So, welfare. Just because it's not cotton you're harvesting anymore doesn't mean you're not still being given food and shelter and, being enslaved. Only it's worse now, because they don't really care if you stay healthy. They don't really care if you kill each other. They don't really care if you die. They don't have to look at you except to gather their harvest. But that's right, I forgot. You're kings and queens. The chains are part of your regalia.
Why is getting approved for small business loans considered to be a white people thing?
Why do white people take the initiative to make something of themselves? I don't know. Maybe they want a better life and to make something with their own two hands. Why do black people only try hard in sports and music?
Why do white people move into neighborhoods and assume their way is the best way and then kick everyone else out?
Yeah, I'll give you gentrification as being a cunt thing to do. On the other hand, this is, again, white people wanting to make things around them better by their own standards. If that means more affluent where you're from, I don't feel as bad for you. You can jump on that bandwagon and climb up in the world. Here, those cunts want to change our culture and laws so that the things that always made us more successful than our neighbors are no longer allowed.
Why are white people stopped at a rate of 5 times less than black people, despite having a higher chance of being found with contraband like drugs or weapons on them?
I don't know where you're getting those numbers, but I know whenever I'm out of state, I get pulled over because I look strange, and some cops think that green license plates are fake. Look and act like you belong somewhere, and the cops won't bother you.
Why does white America do the crime, yet black America do the time?
Maybe it's because if you're the one caught holding the bag, you're still the only one caught. Like Aladdin said, you can't get in trouble if you don't get caught.
Why do white people love to say that race doesn't matter when you made up the concept of race and race-based chattel slavery?
Race isn't made up. Eye, skin, hair, color is not a social construct. Skeletal structure is not a social construct. Two huskies will not breed and wind up having a litter of Dalmatians. Race-based slavery was a thing of convenience. The only people selling slaves were black people selling black people. You could buy them in any color you wanted, so long as it was black.
And the last question, why is whitewashing still a thing? Scarlett Johansson.
I'm assuming you're talking about her playing Kusanagi. I don't have to educate you on how ignorant that question is. We all know.
This has been 27 questions that black people have for white people. Peace.
I sincerely doubt any black people other than you are worried about most of those. Most black people already have those answers. Bye.